How was the experience of making my gift? Did you love it?
It was different because we were, challenged with this year and its circumstances. I've never made an album quite like this before, as far as, the technical side of things. And I was writing with people over Zoom, which was, we did it, and I was very comfortable with the people that I was, but it was super weird. You know what? We persevered and created some stuff that I'm really proud of, in spite of the challenges. But recording it was really nice. Just getting to be in the studio, and for me and for my own mental and emotional well being, it was great getting to go into the studio and sing these very uplifting songs, and just made me feel happy. And now I feel like I've been celebrating Christmas all year.
You turned the Christmas lights on way sooner than anybody else did, but we're benefiting from it. We get this amazing gift, literally. There's this Christmas special, which is really important because it's one thing to put music out, it's another thing to go out there and to bring it to life and to create a world around it. How was that? Because if you're going to do a show around Christmas, it is a very visual, very tactile experience. It's not just a concert. It needs to be an experience.
Yeah, we wanted everything to just be beautiful and classy and classic. I had this incredible orchestra that honestly kind of doubled as my audience in a way. We kind of spaced them out in front of me, and they were just this. I got to watch them work, and we got to play and sing to each other, which was really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
They created sceneries around me, and I just felt like I was in a snow globe half the time.
Christmas brings all kinds of different emotions to it. How did you sort of take on the challenge of contributing to this songbook?
But we really just wanted to bring a little bit of all of it. We have Sweet Baby Jesus, which is all heart. We have Let There Be Peace, which is just this choir, kind of this epic feeling of, togetherness and just wanting, it was our wish for the world. And we did Favorite Time of Year. That's on a different edition. And it just, I don't know, it's just, we kind of cover all the grounds of where we could take Christmas songs. And I we added some fun. We didn't take ourselves too seriously, but we added some fun and some lighthearted moments as well to this project.
What are some of the key Christmas traditions, that you have developed with your family?
None of our family members, mine or my husband's, live anywhere near us, so our tradition's kind of been traveling. And it's a little crazy, but as long as we are lucky enough and blessed enough to have them in our lives, we just go for it. We go to Oklahoma, go to Canada. We try to come back here somewhere in the middle for our own little family together Christmas. I cook way too much food. We eat way too much food, and we do all the Santa stuff and all the stockings and all the things that most people do.
Overall, looking back over this year, how challenging has it been to move through stillness, absorb the chaos that's moving around you, and try to kind of create an equilibrium for yourself so that you remain inspired?
I'm definitely the kind of person who just likes things laid out before me. I like knowing every step. I like knowing what's going to happen next week, next month, next year. And obviously, this was just a giant curveball for people, for type A's like me. So I feel like in the midst of all of it, just being able to try and see the bigger picture and try to see the silver linings. And it's like, okay, yes, we are all doing things differently than we've ever done them before. And, even when it comes to day-to-day life, not just work, but it's like, are we going to let this get us down, or are we going to find a way to push through and persevere and continue to move forward in our daily lives, in our work lives, in our family lives? And I feel like we, as a family, and all the people around me that I am lucky enough to get to work with, we all chose to just keep moving forward, and keep making the art we wanted to make, and keep, just keep it all together at home. And everybody was just kind of in a united place.
Machine Gun Kelly shows up in a playlist right here. It's a holidays playlist, but there's a really strong show of your taste.
Well, I think Travis Barker definitely kind of made so much of himself into it, and I was a huge Blink-182 fan, like in high school. So you can just hear those moments that if Blink was now. And I know that they're still making music, but if they had just kind of started and were kind of doing their new thing right now, I feel like that's a lot what it would sound like. So just kind of like kind of recklessness of some of the lyrics, and I have enjoyed that record.
Somehow along the way, you found the time and you made the conscious decision to start a relationship that would lead to the starting of a family. These are so impactful. These decisions are ultimately the things that will lead you to the best memories. Did you have to say, look, this matters to me. This is what my life is about too?
I mean, I think it was more of a like I can have it all, you know, I can do that. Why not? And it could be. I feel like I'm naive in a lot of ways, and I just jump into big situations all the time. But somehow they always pay off because it's like I can do this. I can figure it out. And I with getting married and starting a family, you see some women in the music industry talk about how they chose not to have a family because they were focused so much on their career. I kind of took the opposite route, and I'm just like, I can't have it all. I had my son Jake, and 3 months later we had our first show on the Cry Pretty tour. I was like, I can do this. And we made it through. And by the end of it, I felt like I could do anything.
What is it about Chris that people love so much? And we know how good his songs are, but I feel like it's a human experience. People just love Chris.
He just has this incredible voice. You feel everything that he's saying. I'm a vocal person. I love just listening to people's isms and their vocal abilities, and he just has such a vocal. He has such a great instrument, and then couple that with just how he writes, and he's so honest, and just says things simply but to the point, and you put those things together, and it's a pleasure to get to listen to him.
But you're a big Foo Fighters fan, and do you have a sort of good story about seeing them live, or have you always been a fan, like from the dot, or how do they fit into your sort of musical jigsaw?
I feel like I've been a fan of theirs since I was a teenager. I remember listening to like My Hero and Everlong and stuff like that. But I've seen them a couple times in concert when they've come through Nashville. I got to see them at the Ryman, which was really cool. I got to be there when Nirvana was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so I got to kind of see Dave Grohl do his thing on stage, which was really cool. In a different role. But he's just always been really nice to me. I feel like anytime I've seen him, he's just been super sweet, and it's nice to see people that have managed to stay sane in the music business, and they've been around for that long, and they still make relevant art.
Someone else who's on that list, I think that we could add is Keith. I think Keith Urban has fought hard to build a life for himself with his family. You've chosen a great collaboration from his latest album featuring Pink, two incredible powerhouse vocalists. Why have you chosen this song?
I'm a big fan of both of them. I feel like they are artists that you might not think to put together, but it works for them. I've loved Keith since I was able to go on tour with him many years ago, and he was one that I got to go out and see kind of how it was done and done right. I love how much he just loves music. One thing that I always noticed when I would get to be around him, he was always listening to new things. He was always like on his phone, like just listening to like new music that came out and just kind of consuming it, figuring out what he liked about it or didn't like about it, or what the newer sound was. I feel like because yeah, he's always going to be relevant because he does that. And Pink is another female to admire in the business, somebody that's done a lot, seen a lot, accomplished a lot, still loves her family, still even more so now just creates beautiful art with her shows and with her songs. And yeah, I like those two together.
How do you pay it back? When it was paid forward to you by the Keiths and the people that helped you and brought you in, how does it work for you to support new artists, and how do you see your role in that?
Well, I mean, our tour last year, the Cry Pretty tour, I was lucky enough to have some really incredible females along with me, and I feel like just us getting to work together. Hopefully, they were able to take some nuggets away from that tour and be inspired and just feel empowered. All of us being on stage together every night. think that's the biggest thing is to just do what we do, be an example, and support one another. And I definitely feel, especially as women in this genre, I feel like we have all kind of come together over the past few years, and just kind of created a good, safe, encouraging place for each other. And that feels really good, you know. Hopefully, getting to talk to people along the way. I know Gabby Barrett's on my list there, and I feel like she's done just such a great job, and I'm always there to answer questions or or give thoughts and feelings about things to whomever might want to ask.
Thank you, Carrie. I really appreciate taking some time out of your day to speak with me, and it's always good to see you.
Thank you too. Merry Christmas.